Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Unfog with Dr. Atahar Parveen. This is second part of my previous class of solving PYQs of PSTR exam for the subject Computer Literacy. We had completed till question 138 in the last class. In this class we will finish off the complete computer literacy part from question 139 to question 150. Okay. So a little summary about this exam, PSTR exam. In the last part, I told you that there are 4,400 plus vacancies and how it is a good opportunity for you, that even if you attend exam, there is high chances that you will get the potential job opportunity. But I forgot to mention that these 4,400 plus vacancies are only for HK region. Only in Hyderabad, Karnataka region, there are so many vacancies. So another point for you, another motivation for you to study well. Don't miss this golden opportunity. We are here to help you in this exam preparation journey. And although the syllabus is not released, the notification is not released, we highly recommend you that you start preparing for this subject as well as other subjects in PSTR exam, so that last moment tension is not there for you. You can do well in the exam and you can get this job opportunity. Okay. Also one more thing I would like to say, that this class is not only useful for this PSTR exam but also for Gpstr and Hstr aspirants. So if you are a PSTR aspirant who is parallelly also preparing for any of these exams, you should know that this computer literacy is going to be very useful for you in your own other exams besides PSTR, because it is a very scoring part. You just have to focus a bit. There will be certain portion and questions will come from that portion only. Unlike maths and English, portion will be there, but from here and there questions will be a little tricky. But computers, they will give you portion, they will ask questions from that portion only. Okay. So start preparing. We will also try our best to give you material to help you understand the subject. In the description, we will be giving you a link to our Telegram channel where you can freely discuss with us, directly talk with us about your doubts relating to the exam or the subject, anything. You can directly talk to us. So the link will be there. And let's start with our paper without any further delay. So the question is question 139. The capacity of a 3.5-inch floppy disk is. So we know what a floppy disk is. We studied about this in first part of the PSTR computer literacy PYQ class. We learned that floppy disk is nothing but a diskette. It is a memory device. It is used to store memory. And we also learned that they are flexible in nature. These are all the things we learned about it. Now in the options he has given megabyte, gigabyte and some numerical value. So for the people who don't know what this megabyte and gigabyte are, in the last class I told you that memory is measured in bits. Like one memory unit means 1 bit. Like for measuring distance we have meters, we have kilometers, we have centimeters. Like that for storage also, measuring storage capacity, we have bits, we have megabytes, we have bytes, gigabytes, like that, so on. So there are a few conversions that you need to know about these memory units. One is 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Then 1 kilobyte is equal to 1000 bytes. Remember that this is 1000 bytes, not bits. If again you have to convert this into bits, means you have to multiply 1000 with 8. Okay, this conversion I'm giving you in terms of bytes, because again in bits it is hard to remember. This you can easily remember. 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams, no? Like that 1 kilobyte is equal to 1000 bytes. Then 1 megabyte is equal to 10 power 6 bytes. then 1 gigabyte is equal to 10 power 9 bytes. Remember this, okay? Note it down. Like I told you in the last class, note all the important points down so that you won't forget. By the end of the class, right now you are all understanding. I know whatever I'm saying, you're all able to understand. But by the end of the class, there are high chances that you will forget what I said. So write down, okay? So we saw these memory units and we saw what a floppy disk is. Now let's go back to our question. Our question asks, what is the capacity of a 3.5-inch floppy disk? Now look at this part, 3.5-inch floppy disk. It is so specific. It makes it look like we have to do some calculation to find out. But no calculation is required. Just memory only you have to remember. You have to by heart. So these floppy disks, they come in 3 sizes. 3 standard sizes they come in. They come in this 3.5 inch as given in the question. They are also of size 5.25. They are also of size 8 inches. This is all inch. Okay, these are 3 generally used, or you can say 3 standard sizes in which floppy disk used to come. This was in the early 2000s. This was the latest technology of that time. This was in the 90s and this was somewhere in the 70s. Okay, so the first floppy disk they made was very big. Of course, we know that 8 inch is bigger than 5.25 and 3.5 inch. So the first floppy disk they made was very big, and the latest that they made was the smallest. That means portability was highest for the 3.5 inch floppy disk. What did I say? What did I say about portability? That the feature where the hardware can be easily carried is called as portability. So it is very important in computers. It is a very important term in computer literacy, because it is important that the hardware that you're using for your computer is small in size. Like the first computer which was made was very big. Now the computers are very small. So easy to carry the small computers. Like that for all other parts also. It is important that that part is easy to carry. Hence it has to be portable. So the most portable in these was 3.5 inch floppy disk was the most portable. Okay. These were less portable because of course they are bigger in size. So these were the oldest ones and these were the latest ones. So the question is about our latest floppy disk, 3.5 inch floppy disk. So one thing to know about these floppy disks is that as the size decreased, the capacity to hold memory increased. Okay, so the oldest one was 8 inch, so it has the least memory capacity. This was a little bit, it was reduced, so it has a little more capacity, and the most was in the 3.5 inch floppy disk. So coming back to our question, the capacity of a 3.5 inch floppy disk is 1.44 MB. It is something that you have to remember. It is a concept, you have to memorize it. Okay, there is no explanation. They made a floppy disk and this was its storage. You have to memorize the storage, and that is 1.44 MB. That is why I gave you other information on what floppy disk is and what are the possible sizes of the floppy disk and what are the units. All that I gave you, the background knowledge. But remember, memorize it, 3.5 inch floppy disk, 1.44 MB. The 5.25 inch and for 8 inch, remember that for 5.25 inch the memory was around 360 kilobytes to 1.2 megabytes. This also you have to memorize. And for 8 inch it was around 80 kilobytes. So you can see the least memory storage was in the biggest floppy disk, 8 inch wala floppy disk. And like when the size decreased, when it became 5.25, the memory storage increased by a bit, and then when it was in the smallest size, this was its memory storage, 1.44 MB. Of course, megabyte is greater than kilobyte. We know that megabyte is 10 power 6 bytes and kilobyte is 10 power 3 bytes. Okay, memorize this. Next question. WAN stands for. We have options: warp area network, wide area network, wide array net, wireless area network. So WAN stands for wide area network. I will give you explanation on what this WAN is. You might have heard terms like LAN, WAN. You might have heard VPN. VPN is very common these days. You might have heard PAN. So all these are types of networks. You can immediately eliminate this option because N definitely means network, because these are all types of networks. So WAN means wide area network, LAN means local area network. Write it down as I say. LAN means local area network, VPN means virtual private network, and PAN means personal area network. So what exactly is a network? Network means a collection of interconnected devices. Okay, a collection of interconnected devices is called as a network, and these are all types of networks. Where he asked full form of WAN, a type of network. So WAN, this WAN, it is also called as network of networks. Write it down. WAN is nothing but, it has a title, network of networks. So a group of LAN, like a group of large area network, make a wide area network. Okay, many LANs make a wide area network. That is why wide area network is also called as network of networks. Okay, these are all the things you have to know related to this question. Next question. BCD is an abbreviation for. What is the full form of BCD? They are asking. Binary coded decimal. These are all non-existing things. Nothing like these exist. But the full form of BCD is binary coded decimal. Binary coded decimal is a way of representing or a way of talking to the computer. Like I said in the last class, the computer talks in zeros and ones. That means it talks in binary language. This is binary means 2. So it talks in zeros and ones, hence it is called binary language. Like that, binary language has many forms. The way we represent our zeros and ones. So each digit is represented by a fixed length binary code. Okay, you might be confused now. I will give an example. 0 will be written like this. 1 will be written like this. 2 will be written like this. So for 3 again it will have some way of arranging its zeros and ones. So for every character it has some way of representing it in zeros and ones, and that is called as binary coded decimal. Don't worry about these. I don't have to give explanation on these because nothing like this exists. So this is all you have to know about binary coded decimal, is that where each digit is represented by a fixed length of binary code, fixed length of zeros and ones. Okay. Next question. ASCII stands for. In the last class also we've discussed a little bit about ASCII, that it is a universally accepted code. So the full form of ASCII is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. This also you have to memorize. What does ASCII mean? I will tell you. ASCII assigns numerical values to basic letters, characters and symbols. Like in the BCD, what did we see? For 0 it had one way of representing, for 1 it had one way of representing. Like that, for alphabets also we need know something to represent to the computer. We can't directly talk in human language. We have to convert it into computer language. So for numbers we have BCD, for characters, for alphabets, for this character, for these alphabets, we need some another language for the computer to understand, and for that we use ASCII code, which is a universally accepted code, and this is its full form. Note it down, okay? Next question. Question 143. Chief component of first generation computer was. Very easy question. If you watched part 1, you can easily say that this is the answer. Vacuum tubes and valves. We discussed about one complete timeline from the first computer which was made in 1940 to today's 5th generation 2026. So the first computer which was made, we already discussed, vacuum tubes were used, and this was the keyword also. I told you that this is the keyword for first generation computers. Then transistors were used in second generation computers, and integrated circuits were used in third generation computers. So if you watched part 1, easily you can answer vacuum tubes were used. Next question. FORTRAN is. The full form of FORTRAN is formula translation. So what exactly this FORTRAN is? It is a programming language. It is a programming language that was made in 1950s. So FORTRAN is a programming language made in 1950s to do scientific calculations and mathematical calculations. So today in this generation we have Python, we have many packages in Python to code and find out the answers for scientific calculations. But back then in the 1950s, FORTRAN, or also called as formula translation, was a new programming language that was made to do scientific computation for engineering applications. It made calculations easy. Okay. Next question. EEPROM stands for. What is the full form of EEPROM? See, many full forms they have asked. They have asked ASCII, they have asked EEPROM, they have asked formula translation, FORTRAN. So one thing I would like to tell you, note it, remember it, that these questions were from 2015. The paper that we're doing right now is from the year 2015. The exam hasn't been conducted again. The last time it was conducted was 10 years ago. So all these questions are from 10 years ago. The technology has advanced so much over these 10 years that there are very less chances that he will ask these kinds of questions like EEPROM, FORTRAN. They are very old technologies. But notice that he is asking full forms mostly. So we will focus on learning full forms, but which are relevant to 2026. Which are useful in this generation, because over 10 years technology has changed so much. The computer literacy has different questions to ask about. So the syllabus is not out yet, so we can't really change the topics that we learn, but in that same syllabus we have to learn something that is relevant to 2026. These are all old questions we are doing for practice, so that you know what kind of questions can come. It is also important that you learn this, but there are high chances they will ask something that is relevant to 2026. Okay, so now we will do this. Later we will discuss portion if you want, and we will see what is more relevant to that same portion in 2026. Okay, so let me know in the comment section if you want us to discuss syllabus or you want us to directly jump into the topics. You want classes or you want model questions. Like some people prefer just solving questions, many questions they will do before the exam, and they'll see related topics to those questions, and few people prefer learning the syllabus from the scratch. So let us know what you guys prefer. Let us know in the comment section, and then we can proceed. Back to our question. He's asking what is the full form of EEPROM. So EEPROM stands for electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. So function of this EEPROM is that it acts as a non-volatile memory. It is a type of memory, like we have random access memory, we have read-only memory. Like that we have EEPROM memory. What this EEPROM memory does is, it is non-volatile. What is the meaning of non-volatile? It holds data that can survive power loss, acting like a small permanent storage area. So what this EEPROM does is, even if there is no power to that storage device, it will still hold memory. So that means electrically erasable, programmable, read-only memory. So that is all you have to know about EEPROM. Next question. Which Windows-based database system does not support the working of Nudi software? Nudi is a Kannada input software. Basically, this Nudi is programmed in a way that the input that you give is in Kannada. And what is the question asking? Which database system from this will support Nudi software, the software that is written in Kannada? MS Access is a database system. Basically, database system means a place where you can store data and run it, okay? So MS Access is a database system, MySQL is a database system, Oracle is a database system. So these all support Nudi software. The question is asking which does not support. So Pascal does not support Nudi software because it is a programming language in itself. This is not even a database system. It is a programming language. That is why it does not support Nudi software. All these other options are database systems and all these can run the Nudi software. Okay. So next question is UNIVAC is. See, so many full forms he is asking. Now he is asked UNIVAC. So UNIVAC means Universal Automatic Computer. It is actually a computer which was made in 1951. If you have studied the timeline, you can say that this was a first generation computer. Again, I am saying that revise first part to easily understand these types of timeline questions. You have understood first generation computer very easily in first part. So this Universal Automatic Computer was made in 1951. This is the name of that computer, first generation computer, and it was first commercial computer. That means it was made to the usage of other people. Other people were able to use the computer, and that was this UNIVAC. Commercial means made accessible to the public. Okay. Next question, VGA is another full form. So one thing we know for our PSTR pattern is that he is asking many full forms. So VGA means video graphics array, and this is used to send video signals from a computer to a monitor. You know, the things that we see on our, like the video that we see on our computer, like that it is not happening inside the software, no. Inside the software some signals are only there. Those signals are converted into the video or the output that we see on the monitor. So you can easily remember by this, signals from computer to monitor are converted with the help of this video graphics array. Okay. Next question, again he's asked a full form. So many full forms is asked. MICR stands for, it stands for Magnetic Ink Character Reader. Again in part 1 we have discussed about Magnetic Ink Character Reader, Optical Character Reader, OCR. Okay. Now what is this magnetic ink? It contains iron particles. Magnetic ink contains iron particles, ferromagnetic particles it contains, and it is used for automation. Like Like optical character reader was used to read the ink, no, like the pen or the pencil that we write on paper. That optical character reading was done because of that. For magnetic ink character reader, it can detect magnetic ink. It is used for automation. So in the machine, if you put in this magnetic ink character reader, it is easily able to detect those ferromagnetic particles and all that. Okay. Now our last question. I'm glad again it is not a full form. Finally, a normal question. Which of the following is the first generation computer? First generation computer we have to identify from this. So if you see this option IBM, we have learned in last class that IBM is a well-esteemed company which has contributed in making computer technologies more advanced. It has its own code language also. So we know that IBM is a very latest technology. So we can easily, eliminate this option because it was not made in the first generation IBM. Okay, so IBM cannot be an option. We have to choose between this, this and this. So if you know the full form of this EDSAC, you can easily tell that this is the answer. You know what is the full form of EDSAC? Electronic Delay Storage Automatic Calculator. So if you paid attention in first class, we know that the property of first generation computer is that they are slow, and in this full form only it is given delay, electronic delay. That is a hint that you can take. So if you knew the full form of EDSAC, you can easily answer this question. Which of the following is the first generation computer? The answer is EDSAC. So guys, we've completed 150, like from question 125 to question 150 we have completed of PSTR computer literacy. Now it is on your part what you want us to do. You want us to do a syllabus, discuss syllabus. 2015 syllabus only we have. They have not given us new syllabus yet. So we are not gonna wait till they give us new syllabus. We will start preparing because it is a very golden opportunity. Like I said, we can do syllabus, we can do model papers, or we can start learning topics. So which one you want from these, you let me know in the comment section. We will start preparing whatever you want, and make sure to like and subscribe. And if there is any doubts, like I said, you can join us on Telegram channel. The link is in the description. You can directly talk to us. So continue learning and let us know how to proceed with the PSTR preparation. Thank you. Bye.